What up, my dudes? In order, I'm going to go through some new things that I recently picked up from my local bookstore, another local bookstore, and something I got in the mail. So let us begin with the books. I got Lords of Chaos, The History of Norwegian Black Metal Scene. It's a tried and true story, but it is so ridiculous and so unbelievable. I have not seen the movie. I don't plan to because it looks horrible. But yeah, I thought I would pick it up and maybe get some more insight from what I already know. I really only know like base details, so I thought I'd get that and read it and check it out and learn some new stuff and see how ridiculous that really was. And then we have I Am Ozzy, Ozzy's autobiography. I believe this came out in 2011. I recently watched Ozzy's biography thing that he just put out on like A&E or something. But I thought I would get the book, see if there's anything I didn't already know about Ozzy, and yeah, it should be a fun read. And we're going to move on to comic books, which I got at another store. And we have all three of the Punisher 2011 run. I believe it was, yeah, written by, who is it? Oh man, a lot of people, but mainly Ruka is the main author there, I believe. And it's only 3 volumes, 16 issues, but yeah, I've already read them, and one of my favorite Punisher stories. So if you're just getting into the Punisher, I would check out these ones. And then also, I was able to get issue 300 of Heavy Metal Magazine. I believe they're starting to do bi-monthly or monthly issues again, which is amazing. They haven't done that in many years, but I'm excited. And then it's got I don't know, I only showed that for a minute, but it's got Tarna on there from the movie, so, which is very nice. She's my favorite character for sure. And then they had 50% off Criterion's at Barnes & Noble, so me and my friend Jace went and just looked at all the movies, because usually these things are like $40, so now they're like 20. So we just went through all the movies and had to painfully pick through which ones we wanted to keep or not. So yeah, I'm kind of gonna organize these a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna start off with the Grand. That almost fell out. I'm gonna start off with the Grand Budapest Hotel, directed by Wes Anderson. Stars Ralph Fiennes. It's got Saoirse Ronan in it, and I can't remember who else is in it. I haven't actually seen it, so I'm trying to remember, and I just can't. But yeah, I've heard it's Wes Anderson's best, so I wanted to check it out. And the reason I like Wes Anderson so much is because he made this movie right here, Moonrise Kingdom, which I also got. I have it on DVD, but now I have it on Blu-ray, and it's a Criterion. And Wes Anderson, for some reason, has all these extra goodies in here. So there's like pictures, like a map of the island they go on, and all this different stuff. It's got Bruce Willis in it, Ed Norton, you know, the typical Wes Anderson entourage. But that's probably one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie of all time. So I was really happy to get those two. And then we're going to move on to some older stuff. Vampire, 1932. Have not seen this one. I haven't seen most of these. That's why we kind of went to go buy them. And yeah, I love Nosferatu. And so old vampire movies, I usually kind of hold up to that standard. But this came out around Bela Lugosi's Dracula era, so I'm kind of interested to see. And I don't know if you can see it, but this is the movie, and this is a book that comes with it. It's huge, so excited to check that out. And then we have this one. It is a Czech film about, what is it? Some pagans versus Christians in 2 villages in medieval times, 1967. So really excited to check that out. Harakiri. I love, 1962 is when it was made, but I love Japanese samurai movies, so I wanted to pick that up. And then another Japanese one called, was it Kuroniko, I think, 1968. This one's a horror film, and I don't know if the cover kind of moves, but it's about a ghost that haunts like a Ronin or something. Yeah, it looks really awesome. And then finally with the movies, we have Jabberwocky, which is made by one of the guys from Monty Python, but it is not Monty Python. And I actually just watched this with my friend Jace, and it's an interesting movie. It's kind of funny, but it's also somewhat serious at times. It's really well directed. It's an interesting one. I'd check it out if you're like kind of curious. And then finally, the only thing that we have that is actual physical music is Spiritual Healing by Death. I pre-ordered the Relapse Records, version, which this came with a bobblehead, but they reached out to me and said that they're all out of bobbleheads. They miscalculated how many they actually made, and I think part of that is my fault because my payment didn't go through right away. But I'm just gonna quickly, there's only about 500 copies of these vinyl records, so if you got a bobblehead and it didn't come with a record, this might be it. I don't know. I have no idea how that worked out, but this is they called it Butterfly, and it sounds great. It looks super cool, and I don't have Spiritual Healing, as you may know if you've seen my collection video. And so this is another piece of Death memorabilia I can add. All I'm missing with the records is Symbolic, so I will probably order the one from Roadrunner Records because that is the only one that I can find. And yeah, so yep, that's it for an update with books and stuff. I just grabbed a bunch of stuff to do at home because I have nothing to do. And yeah, so I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you guys got any new books or records or anything like that, let me know. I always like seeing people's collections and how different they are and how they expand and all that when it comes to all kinds of things. So anyway, have an excellent day. Stay safe, stay heavy, and you have a good one. Thanks so much. Bye.